Hi there, I'm Joe Wood, also known as UCD Joe on Twitter, and today I'm going to show you two different ways that you can create digital stories with Google Maps. So when you navigate to Google Maps, first of all you want to make sure that you're logged in, so I'm actually logged in with my account. Towards the bottom there's a little cog or gear that you can click on that allows you to go to My Places. When you click on My Places, what it's actually taking you to is to a website for Google Maps where you can create a custom Google Map. And so it's going to load up here. Here we go. And on the left, I have two different options. I can click this big red button that says Create a Map, and that takes me to a tool called Maps Engine Lite. It's actually going to be the second tool I'm going to mention to you. But the first tool is right here just below where it says Create with Classic My Maps. So if I click on that particular link, it allows me to make my own maps. So let's say I taught second grade, and we were going to do a collaborative ancestors project. I could give it a title and put the directions here in the box for what I want my kids to do. You know, it might be like step 1, find your location, step 2, add text, that sort of thing. So there's where I put the directions. And then to make an example place mark, I might actually, rather than zooming in, go up to the search bar box and type in the name of a location. So I grew up in Yuba City, so we'll pretend that my family's from Yuba City. They're really not, but we'll pretend that they are. So here I am, and it's loading up very slowly. And so what I'm going to do is click on this little push pin here, and I'm going to add a place mark roughly wherever I want it to be. And it opens up, and I could say, Joe Wood, family, history. And in this little box, I can type in plain text. So here I go, family arrived from Germany to Yuba City. But plain text is plain, it's kind of boring. So instead I can look at rich text, which allows me to do bold, italic, underline, and even do hyperlinks. It also allows me to add a picture. If I were to click on the picture though, you can see that the picture has to be online somewhere. So you might use Flickr or another Creative Commons search engine. And what you're going to do is copy and paste the URL to the picture in there, and it's actually going to put the picture in your place mark. The internet, I'm recording this video because our internet's been slow at CUE14, so I'm not even going to try to do it right now from my hotel room because the internet's being slow at the moment, but you get the picture. Go find a picture online, copy and paste into there. So I'm going to just hit cancel for now, and what will happen is a picture will show up in this place mark. I also can change the actual icon to something else that maybe better represents me. So maybe I want to go with the purple push pin or something like that. So when my place mark is done, I can hit OK, and if I hit save and then done, now I can try clicking on it and a little box will open up, and if I've added a picture, the picture will open up in it as well. So to turn this into a collaborative project with your students, what you would do is click right here where it says collaborate, and you can do one of two things. You can add all of their Google accounts, maybe you have their email addresses already in a spreadsheet somewhere, or keep it simple and just say allow anyone to edit this map. And so now if I hit OK, and I go up to this link tool, this link is what I want to copy and paste and send to the kids somehow, either put on the website, put an email, etc. And then what will happen is the student will click on that link, they will come to this exact page with this exact map, and they'll click on the edit button and start editing. So I mentioned to you though I was going to show you two different ways. So that's just the first way, using classic maps. I'm going to go ahead and go all the way back here though to Google Maps. And I'm going to show you the other way. And so just like before, I'm going to click on this little cog, and he's wanting me to meet the new maps. I'm fine with that. But I'm going to click on the cog, go to My Places. And this time what I'm going to do is I am actually going to click on the big red button, the Create Map. And so what this does is it takes me to Maps Engine Lite, which is another way to create maps. And it's a great way to create maps if you have a data source that you quickly want to upload. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new map. And this particular map that I'm going to create is from a data source that was provided to me through my personal learning network on Twitter and Facebook of great hiking and biking trails. So right up here at the top where it says Untitled Map, I'm going to call this Great Hiking and Biking Trails. So there's it. I can put in a description. Maybe I keep it simple. Places to check out nature. And then in this area, I can change what says Untitled Layer to say Trails. This is where my listing of trails is going to show up. But what I want to do is I want to import data. And so this is where Maps Engine Lite is a pretty cool tool. Like I said, once again, if you have a data set, and you can make a data set or you can go search the web for one. What I did is I actually created a Google form. Here's the Google form that I sent out, and I asked people to suggest the best hiking or biking trails. So they put the name of the trail, the type of trail, location, either address or latitude, longitude, and description of why I should check out this trail. And what it did is it created this spreadsheet, because all Google Forms are attached to a Google Sheet. And so I have the timestamp, name of trail, type of trail, location, blah, blah, blah. I even actually got like a duplicate question, and the latitude and longitude was put in by some people, address was put in by others. So I had to do a little bit of data cleanup, and this was my actual spreadsheet that I'm going to upload. It's my data cleanup spreadsheet. And so I deleted that extra column that got put in there, and also made sure that every single place had an accurate location. So I'm back here at Google Maps, and instead of dragging in a CSV or Excel file, I'm going to actually go to my drive, and I'm going to look for the one that says Best Hiking and Biking Trails Data Cleanup. There it is. Hit select. First time you do this, it might ask you to authorize it. I've done it before, so it should be okay. And depending on internet speed, this can be a really quick process, or it can take a little bit of time. So we're just going to hang here for a second while it vacuums up the data. And it's going slowly, slowly, slowly. Don't you love the CUE14 internet? It's been so great here, even when you're just trying to use your cell phone. Not even working super well. All right, so here we go. So it says, choose columns to position your place marks. So I'm going to look at my data set here, and the one that says location is what I want to use. And so let me go back to my map. So that's going to be location. Click continue. And then it says, which one is the title? Well, that's going to be the name of the trail. Finish. And so now what it's actually doing is it's creating a place mark for every single row in my spreadsheet. And we're loading slowly, 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 slowly. Do. All right, so here we go. And it tells me 3 rows could not be shown on the map. But one of the things that's cool about Maps Engines Lite is that if I click right here where it says data, it actually opens up the data, and the red ones are the ones that it didn't do correctly. And so here's the issue with this one. The person who entered the data actually wrote in lat and longe, or lon. So I can go and delete that out and just hit return. And so now it's actually not red anymore. And there's a few others, but just for sake of time, I'm not going to go fix them. So I have my place marks here, and you can see they're all showing up red, which is cool, but I would like to be able to see the biking trails versus the hiking trails versus the road bike trails. So if I click on labels here, what I can actually do is change this to say type of trail. Oh, you know what? I'm doing this wrong. I want this still to say the name of the trail. I want to change the style. Whoops. And I'm going to go and change the style to type of trail. So now what's happened is the hiking trails are like a bluish color. I want to make them stand out. So I'm going to make hiking red, and then I'm going to make mountain bike maybe like blue, and I want to make it a square. And then I'm going to make road bike. I want to make it bright yellow. Let's see, that's a good bright yellow. And I'm going to make it a star. And so now when you look at this particular map, and most of my trails come from Northern California, you can actually see the trails showing up as different types. So if this square trail here is a mountain bike trail that someone suggested that I check out. And so when I click on it, what actually happens is a little place mark opens, believe it or not, when you have decent internet, and the little information about the map is there. All right, well, thanks for checking out 2 different ways to create a Google map. And if you have questions, just, like I said, I'm UCD Joe on Twitter. Send me a message, and I'm happy to send you resources. Talk to you later.